Josiah, Rick said that after A&M you came to him and said, I'm playing next game. Why was that something that you adopted as a mindset then, and how do you feel?
I mean, I felt like I was at a point where, I could go out there and obviously I'm not 100%, but I felt like I could contribute, whether it be just giving some of the guards or some of the bigs a rest. I felt like, whatever I was able to do, I was going to come out and do it just because we're at a point, I feel like, in the season where we need as many people as we can have. And I felt like my body was at a point where with my work that I've done with Chad and G that I was able to, get out on the court and contribute.
Josiah, how frustrating have the last 2 to 3 weeks been, and kind of a two-parter for you, just when you look back at the season as a whole, third stretch of 4 straight games missed, just how frustrating has the season been for you as well?
Yeah, it's been tough. My senior year, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into, my time here. I feel like, I never could imagine that my senior year would have gone like this, but I mean, everything happens for a reason. So, I mean, just coming in with the mindset of still trying to get the most out of each day and still trying to get better, even though it's limited work that I'm able to do when I'm injured. But, just having a positive mindset and, like, the teammates and the coaches that we have here and Chad and G, like the people who, even the maintenance people, they give me so much support and so much love day in and day out. So, I mean, it's hard not to love this place even when you're going through tough times.
Have you talked with Julian about kind of the coming back process from injuries and how, to trust your body or not to rush it or take it time with it? I mean, how does a senior approach it versus a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share year after year, which has been devastating in some aspects, but it's also taught me a lot. But I just try to let him know that, nobody knows how he feels. It's ultimately up to him, not the coaches, not us, his teammates, not his parents. Like, it's all on him. And so whenever he's ready to come back, whenever he feels like, he can go out there and compete at a high level and not be worried about, re-injuring or making something worse, because I feel like a lot of us, almost all of us, have a long career ahead of us. And so we always got to think big picture, and it's not always about the now. We always you got to put yourself first in a lot of aspects, but it's always up to the athlete, and especially in Julian's case, he knows his body. It's not the first time he's been injured, but hopefully it's the last. But I always told him it's up to him.
Josiah, you guys were just clicking on offense from the start today. What did it feel like was going right? I mean, 29 assists on 36 buckets. What was happening to make you guys execute that well?
Yeah, we were getting the ball from side to side. We were hitting shots. I feel like the last couple of days of preparing to play against those guys, we knew the looks that we were going to be able to get, and we just did a great job of executing from the start.
Josiah, you talk about the support you get in this building when you're out, but when you're away from here, how do you kind of combat knowing you're not playing? Do you watch Netflix and binge, or how do you take your mind off of these kind of patches when you know you're not going to play?
Yeah, I still do my yoga. That keeps me sane. I try to get at least one class in a day. My teammates see me do it in the locker room. I do it at my house. I just try to do it as much as I can, just for my own well-being. I have my teammates come over to my apartment. We hang out, we chill, we watch movies. I actually have 2 cats now, so they keep me busy, Kiko and Simon. And so, yeah, I do a lot.
What can not only a win, but like a performance, whatever it was, 40-point win, do for the confidence of this team after a frustrating month?
Yeah, it could do a whole lot. And everybody in the locker room knew that, we were due for a break. You work so hard day in and day out. You know that good things are coming. And I feel like we got high character guys in that locker room who are only about winning, only about the team. And so, it's been a special group to be around. And I know that the season is far from over. That's what we've kept preaching. Just taking it day by day, just trying to get better. And we knew that, we had a big opportunity today. We had big opportunities in the last 2 regular season games to, rewrite the script and go into SEC tournament kind of rolling. That's just what we wanted to get started today.
Coach Barnes, back here in the back. Coach Barnes said that when you're in the lineup, you can just see some of the pressure being taken off your teammates. That means there's more pressure on you, though. How do you embrace that pressure?
I honestly don't feel any pressure. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I've been here for 4 years, and so I've learned a lot. And I just try to, I go out there and make the game easy for my teammates, take open shots when I can, try to get everybody involved, just make the right play. Coach will tell you that it's not a perfect game and there's no perfect players, so obviously you're going to make mistakes, but I think that I've done a good job of, having a short memory, and I think I give my teammates a lot of confidence when I'm out there.
Josiah Lamont Parrish, South Carolina's coach, joked that you make everything against them or have this season. How much extra motivation do you have when playing South Carolina with them being your home state team?
Yeah, it's a lot. I thought about them in my recruiting process. I was close with Coach Martin and Frank Martin, and so, I have a lot of love for the state. A lot of my friends, a lot of love for the university. A lot of my friends go to school there, so they're always texting me the day of the game, the day before the games, letting me know that we'll be on the losing end. So it's always good to have those battles with my hometown friends, but it's always fun being able to come out on top against them.
Josiah, here in the back, Isaiah hit that bucket late. Being a Knoxville native, I mean, you've been here around a long time to see how those guys, work, even though they don't get a bunch of playing time. How cool was it to, see a moment like that?
It was really awesome. Zay, he can hoop. He's a really good basketball player, and Coach mentioned his injury that he had last year. It was devastating for us because he's in almost all of the scouts, and he's hard to guard. He's been practicing, working his way back. And like Coach said, he's been on a lot of the we have orange and gray, and orange is usually the people who are going to play. And he's been on that lineup, him and BJ inserted in that lineup. So it's been really good. He's been ready to play for a couple of weeks now. Just him going out there and being able to do what he does every day is awesome to see.